Maxwell Chikumbutso, the Zimbabwean inventor once called a mad genius by critics and a maker of energy by believers, has done what major automakers thought was decades away. His creation, the self-powered electric vehicle, first appeared quietly in his Harare workshop years ago. A vehicle running continuously for over 1,000 kilometers, with zero drop-in as the tests continue across American soil. Quiet discussions are happening behind closed doors. Engineers from established automakers, scientists from renewable energy institutes, and even venture capital firms are carefully observing. Each wants to understand how this technology could fit into the next phase of clean mobility. The idea of a self-powered vehicle has always lived in the imagination of innovators, but now it seems to be materializing right before their eyes. In a modest testing facility somewhere in Nevada, technicians are said to be collecting data on the vehicle's endurance and energy balance. What they're seeing appears to defy conventional logic. Stable energy output, smooth operation, and no measurable drop in power levels even after continuous driving. For many of them, this is more than an experiment. It's a glimpse into a possible new chapter of automotive history. The news hasn't gone unnoticed. Journalists are beginning to trace the story back to Maxwell's earlier prototypes in Zimbabwe, where he first unveiled his ideas about self-sustaining systems. They recall how, for years, his work was met with skepticism and even silence from major institutions. Yet, persistence seems to be his greatest strength. Step by step, his inventions found recognition beyond his home country, and now they reach one of the most competitive technological landscapes in the world. Meanwhile, on social media, whispers are turning into discussions. Videos of a silent silver prototype moving along long desert highways have started to circulate. The footage is brief and unverified, but the conversation it sparks is undeniable. Viewers wonder if the world is witnessing the beginning of something extraordinary, a transformation that could change how energy is produced, stored, and used forever. Back in Zimbabwe, where it all began, the story is reigniting national pride. Many see this as a symbol of what African ingenuity can contribute to global innovation. It's more than just a car. It's proof that ideas born in smaller workshops can one day challenge global systems. People who once doubted the vision are beginning to look at it differently, realizing that the quest for a self-sustaining vehicle isn't about competition. It's about inspiration. In the U.S., researchers are quietly examining how the self-powered concept could align with the country's growing commitment to sustainable energy. If the technology truly works, it could complement solar, wind, and other renewable sources, creating a seamless network of clean power systems. A future where electric vehicles not only use renewable energy but actually generate it. This could redefine what green transportation really means. As the weeks unfold, Maxwell's innovation continues to attract the attention of environmental organizations and policymakers. They see its potential not just for cars, but for remote communities, aviation, and marine transport, places where charging or refueling is difficult. The self-powered mechanism, if scaled effectively, could provide energy independence to areas that have long lived off-grid. Every new report adds another layer to the mystery and the wonder. The world waits for official demonstrations and verified technical data. Yet even without full disclosure, one truth seems to stand firm. This idea has captured the imagination of millions. It represents hope, creativity, and the limitless potential of human thought. And so, the story continues quietly but powerfully. In labs, in boardrooms, and in the hearts of dreamers everywhere, the spark has been lit. The age of self-powered mobility may not be fully here yet, but its footsteps are growing louder. The journey that began in a small workshop in Zimbabwe is now echoing across the highways of America, and the world is listening. As interest continues to grow, whispers within the American tech industry become more defined. A few leading research firms have reportedly requested access to the prototype for detailed evaluation. They want to understand how the self-powering mechanism works, how energy is stored, and what principles guide its continuous motion. While Maxwell's team remains cautious about revealing too much, it's clear that cooperation could be on the horizon. In Silicon Valley, quiet meetings are said to be taking place. Engineers and energy analysts are studying the available footage, tracing electromagnetic models, and speculating about the materials involved in the greener power machine. Some believe it can involve a layered resonance system, amplifying natural frequencies in a way that sustains continuous output. Others think it may integrate principles of wireless power transfer, an evolution of ideas once explored by pioneers like Nikola Tesla. Meanwhile, American investors are beginning to take a deeper interest. They see potential beyond transportation, in backup energy systems, portable power solutions, and perhaps even domestic energy independence. The phrase self-powered is being discussed not as a fantasy, but as a possibility that could open countless opportunities. It's not just about cars anymore. It's about reshaping how humanity understands energy itself. Reports suggest that Maxwell's technology is being tested in various conditions, from humid coastal areas to dry highlands, to observe how environmental factors affect performance. Each test adds a new dimension to the data, painting a clearer picture of what could soon become a worldwide energy revolution. Those who have witnessed the demonstrations describe them as quiet yet deeply moving moments. Machines operating with serene efficiency, powered by invisible forces surrounding us all. In the midst of growing attention, Maxwell himself is said to remain humble, keeping his focus on refining the system rather than seeking fame. For him, the mission has always been about solving real-world problems, making clean energy accessible, practical, and affordable for everyone. His journey has been one of persistence and faith, where setbacks only strengthen his determination to keep improving what many once thought impossible. At universities, discussions have begun to form around the potential scientific explanations. Students and professors debate whether the process could involve quantum-level resonance or ambient energy conversion. Whatever the mechanism, it has sparked renewed curiosity in experimental physics and sustainable engineering. Young innovators are drawing inspiration, hoping to one day contribute to this quiet but profound movement that challenges traditional boundaries of energy use. Across the United States, a growing number of people are beginning to imagine what daily life could look like if such technology became widespread. Electric cars that never stop to charge, homes that power themselves, entire cities operating independently of centralized grids. The possibilities feel both futuristic and strangely natural. After all, the energy has always been around us. It only needed someone to unlock its flow. As preparations for broader demonstrations quietly progress, anticipation begins to grow within both the scientific and public communities. Rumors suggest that a select group of observers, including engineers, investors, and members of the press, have been invited to witness a private showcase of the self-powered EV in motion. The location remains undisclosed, but the atmosphere surrounding it feels filled with curiosity and optimism. People sense that something remarkable is about to be revealed, not as a spectacle, but as a new understanding of what is possible. Inside Maxwell's workshop, the atmosphere is calm but focused. His small team works with care, checking every component, testing each circuit, and ensuring that the vehicle's energy system performs flawlessly. The hum of equipment fills the room as data screens light up with steady numbers, indicators of energy flow, efficiency, and stability. Every reading seems to whisper a quiet confirmation that their vision is becoming clearer and more refined with each passing day. When the test vehicles roll out, they do so with quiet grace. The machines glide across open terrain, smooth and steady, without the faintest sound of conventional engine. The observers watch in silence, captivated by the idea that what they're seeing could transform not only transportation, but the entire relationship between humanity and energy. For a long time, the dream of limitless clean power has lived in scientific imagination. Now, it seems to have found its form on four wheels. In the days that follow, early impressions begin to spread among those who attended. Reports describe an atmosphere of calm excitement, the kind that comes when people realize they might be standing at the edge of a turning point. Some observers note that the system's stability appears consistent across varying speeds and weather conditions. Others remark on the elegance of the design. Simple on the outside, yet deeply complex within, like a musical instrument perfectly tuned to the natural rhythm of energy itself. Meanwhile, international interest continues to grow. Delegations from Asia, Europe, and the Middle East begin to reach out, eager to learn more about the principles behind Maxwell's creation. Each country sees potential in the idea, not only as a technological innovation, but as a symbol of progress that could unite nations around a common goal of cleaner, freer energy. The possibility of open collaboration between continents feels more real than ever before. Back in the United States, public curiosity deepens. Universities start forming new research groups focused on self-sustaining energy systems. Students, inspired by Maxwell's story, are exploring ways to adapt his idea for other purposes, from household power solutions to portable energy modules for remote regions. This growing wave of creativity reflects a larger shift in mindset, that energy can be something living, flowing, and ever-present, not something extracted or depleted. In quiet corners of the internet, enthusiasts are already referring to Maxwell's technology as the breath of motion, a poetic way to describe the vehicle's gentle, continuous drive. Artists, writers, and filmmakers find inspiration in the story as well, creating works that celebrate the harmony between invention and nature. What began as an engineering pursuit is now becoming a cultural symbol of renewal, a reminder that progress can be both powerful and peaceful at the same time. As development continues, Maxwell remains grounded, choosing patience over publicity. For him, each successful test is not a moment of triumph, but a step toward a larger purpose, one rooted in service to humanity. He envisions a world where technology blends seamlessly with nature, where motion no longer demands consumption, and where innovation uplifts rather than replaces. His message, though simple, resonates deeply. True advancement is measured not by how fast we move, but by how gently we move forward together. And so, in the quiet hum of laboratories, across the open highways of America, and through the distant winds that carry news of hope, the journey of the self-powered EV continues. Steady, silent, and full of promise. As time passes, the quiet anticipation that once surrounded Maxwell's creation begins to bloom into global recognition. The long-awaited public demonstration takes place under a calm blue sky, attended by scientists, environmentalists, and curious onlookers from every corner of the world. Cameras roll, and as the self-powered vehicle begins to move, a soft silence fills the air, not from disbelief, but from awe. The car glides effortlessly across the test track, steady and unwavering, without the sound of an engine or the need for a charging cable. Every moment feels like a gentle unveiling of a new chapter in human progress. The readings from monitoring instruments confirm what the world had only imagined: consistent energy flow, sustained motion, and no sign of depletion. Applause rises slowly, not out of spectacle, but out of quiet appreciation for what has just been witnessed. In that moment, Maxwell stands at a distance, observing with calm satisfaction. He doesn't speak much. He doesn't need to. His invention speaks for him, not in words, but in the language of harmony between nature and innovation. It's not just a vehicle that powers itself, but a symbol of what can happen when vision meets patience, and science walks hand in hand with faith in possibility. Soon after, collaborative efforts begin forming around the world. Research institutions, clean energy companies, and governments express a shared desire to develop this technology responsibly. Maxwell's team, true to their principles, focuses on education and open collaboration rather than control. The dream that began in a small workshop in Zimbabwe has become a global mission, one that inspires countless others to look at energy not as a resource to be used, but as a gift to be understood. As months turn into years, the world begins to change gently. Self-powered vehicles appear on roads, in cities, and across distant landscapes. People start to see travel not as a cost to the planet, but as a seamless part of it. Homes light up without strain. Communities thrive with sustainable independence, and a sense of quiet progress fills the air. Through it all, Maxwell remains a humble figure, often away from the spotlight, continuing to refine his work and guide others who follow in his path. His story becomes a reminder that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and that innovation, when guided by purpose, can truly serve the world. And so, the journey that began as a dream has become a legacy, a living proof that humanity can move forward not by force, but by understanding. The world doesn't just remember Maxwell Chikumbutso as an inventor, but as a man who helped it rediscover something timeless. That energy, like hope, is infinite when shared with wisdom and care. The road to the future is not built. It's revealed, one idea at a time. Globe showing Europe, Africa high voltage.